welcome back to the show, Setuf.
Setuf, we did not poison the well in any way with that setup. So, how are you, Setuf? Let me ask you this: Are you safe? Are you playing it safe? Are you staying healthy?
Yes.
Good. All right. See, we care about people here. Now, you had a question for us. Do you want to ask it?
Yes, I'm sure you can already see it there about slavery.
Well, why don't you ask it for the audience, please, Setuf.
Okay. Before I wanted to get into that, Johnny, I just wanted to address something prior to that.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
It's not the Setuf show. It's Talk Heathen, where we have conversations about specific theist and atheist-related questions and topics. You have spoken to our call screeners and identified a question that you'd like to ask. You don't then get to move the goalposts and make it the Setuf channel and make it your own little soapbox. Do you want to talk about your question or not? If you don't want to talk about it, we'll just move on. We have other callers waiting.
Yeah, that's okay. If you don't want to talk about it, we can let you go.
Yeah.
No hard feelings.
I definitely wanted to talk about it, but I was called a man on the first show, and I don't know why, and I want to understand why you guys.
No. On what first show? What first show are we talking about? Setuf, it says she, her. So you are she, her. So whoever said that to you, I'm sure it was a mistake. And if it wasn't, we'll get to the bottom of it. But what did you have to talk about with regard to slavery? What was your question?
Well, you claimed I was a man. I just wanted that to be rectified the first time I called.
Understood.
We do not consider you a man.
No, we do not.
We consider you a woman.
You provided us with those pronouns. Therefore, we listen. So what was the question about slavery did you want to know about? Not hearing anything. I think we should put Setuf back into the queue.
Yep, return to queue.
All right.
That was interesting.
These things happen. And you know, a lot of people in the chat have
I don't know whether Setuf is referring to 2 or 3 weeks ago, the last time I encountered Setuf, and I didn't have the call screen in front of me, so I didn't see the pronouns, and I'm pretty sure I apologized.
Yeah. I don't know. Someone in the chat is saying...
if another apology is necessary, then I will gladly give it.
Someone in the chat is saying that she's talking about another show that's not an ACA show.
Oh, okay.
We have no control over non-ACA shows. So I'm sorry you had that experience, Setuf. And I guess Setuf is back. Do you want to go back, Lloyd? All right. Yeah. Notwithstanding wherever somebody misgendered you, because misgendering people is a shitheel thing to do. What was your question about slavery?
So I wanted to know, in your personal view, can slavery ever be considered moral?
I don't think so. No, I can't think of any examples of why it would be moral, but can you?
Unless we're talking about some kind of kink situation, and what people do, what consenting adults do in terms of their sex lives is entirely down to them. But if we're talking about actual slavery, no, it's never moral.
Yeah, I can't think of any examples how it would be. But Setuf, how about you? Do you think slavery can be moral?
No, I think it's utterly immoral, and it should be forbidden under all circumstances. So
it is. The great thing is that it's forbidden in the world that we live in. Across the world, I can't say that it's 100% in practice forbidden by the authorities, and that's why the secular authorities are better than the religious authority of the Bible, which gives you instructions on how to obtain slaves and what you can do with them. So we're better than the Bible, right, Setuf?
Definitely. I'm with you on that.
Nailed it. All right. Well, I guess that's the question.
That.
Is that? Do you want to move on? Did you get the did you get the answers to the question you're looking for, Setuf?
I would like to test for consistency in your views. So
I know you are because I've been watching your videos. I haven't made a Kevin list for you, Setuf, but I'm noticing you're calling different shows at different times, asking different questions.
Johnny has been wielding his bat powers on Setuf, just like he did with Kevin. Johnny is right on top of things, and Johnny is monitoring when Setuf calls and what the modus operandi that she uses is. So
Setuf, Setuf. How do you say that, by the way? I want to hear you tell me how to say it. How do you say it?
Whichever way you like. It does not really matter.
No.
You like it?
I want to say it how you like it. I aim to please.
Preference.
How do you say it?
I don't have a preference. I don't have a preference at all. As long as you're respecting my pronouns, I'm cool.
Excellent.
So
I haven't put together a complete analysis on your calls, but I think it's pretty clear that you are at least trying to assemble a logical consistency argument with the various hosts on the various shows. And I don't blame you for doing so. But that goes two ways. You do a lot of question asking. I noticed that. But this is a call-in show where we try to find out what people believe and why. So
I can answer you on slavery or anything else.
Yeah. Why is slavery immoral? Because you said it's immoral. Why is it immoral, Setuf? I'm going to say it both ways.
Like you said, it's without consent. We are restricting someone's bodily autonomy without their consent, and that is immoral.
Okay.
So I want to ask you, the farmed animals that we farm, are they free or are they enslaved?
I don't think that the term slavery can apply to animals because they cannot give consent ever.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I cannot give consent, then enslaving me would be immoral, right? I mean, if a baby cannot give consent, can I then enslave them? No.
Is this going towards abortion again?
It is. It is.
Oh God.
It's going toward abortion.
Okay.
It is.
Fair enough.
So, Setuf, I'm not going to recommend, because I can't recommend things on this show because it is a product of the ACA, a 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated to the promotion of positive atheism and the separation of religion and government. But I can say this. I would like you to go and watch the movie. I would like, and it's nice to like things, 4 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days. And this conversation about the morality of abortion is jolly good fun. I know we at ACA Central sure love it. But Setuf, I would like you to watch that movie and tell me how, in practical terms, abortion can be made illegal and it does not result in people getting illegal abortions and being exploited and being otherwise victimized by people and the system within it.
I may have accidentally dropped Setuf. So my apologies.
Well,
damn it.
The wish still is out there for the world to see. If no one's seen this movie, you can check it out.
You're all about plugging things on this show, aren't you?
I'm not plugging it, Lloyd. There's a lot of movies. There's a lot of movies, and the movies aren't real. It's not reality. But the thing about art is that art sometimes imitates life. And what is interesting about novels and television programs and movies and things like that is that it can lay out before you the consequences of certain actions. This particular film is a Romanian film about a woman trying to get an abortion in a country where it's illegal. There's also a Ukrainian film with all deaf people where the same thing happens.
I just cannot help. Can I just kind of point to the elephant in the room here? I just cannot help but find it incredibly disingenuous how this individual calls into Talk Heathen wanting to talk about abortion,
Yeah.
but doing so with a completely different question. And in fact, not even starting with that question, but starting with something else entirely. So it's incredibly entitled behavior. And as I said, what was it, a few weeks ago when I was co-hosting with Kenneth, you know, what does this particular argument have to do with whether there's a God or not? You know, predominantly I'm interested in exploring, you know, whether belief in religion or in God is a viable way of doing things. And the whole issue of abortion isn't really about that, is it? It's more, obviously people will have religious views about abortion, but predominantly when we're talking about abortion, we're asking the question, should the state intervene on women's bodies? And that is fundamentally a political question. And last I checked, this isn't a political show. So if Setuf wants to continue banging this drum, I would suggest being a little bit more open and transparent in future, so that we have the choice, we have the autonomy at Talk Heathen to decide whether we want to indulge that sort of issue that Setuf wants to talk about.
Yeah. Well, thankfully we have informed consent, because when we took Lloyd, when we took Setuf, however I like's call, we knew that she was going to go down this path, as she always does, which is fine. It's an unsettled idea in her head, and I'm calling it. She's calling all the different shows, trying to put together an argument using one show against the other, one set of hosts against the other, or just really trying to explore her world and her worldview, which is commendable. But I think we should move on